Alright, I stopped at O'Reilly's when I was in town earlier and picked up this hose clamp kit. And I'm crossing my fingers that one of them is going to fit that one that was leaking on my air compressor, because I haven't fixed it yet, but just the thought of it leaking is enough to annoy me, so hopefully there's some in here. The one that's on it is the is one of those like ear style ones that you use like pliers to snap on or whatever, but I don't have that tool, so hopefully the right one is in here. There's the kit that I bought. It was like 16 bucks or something from O'Reilly's. Help is exactly what I need most of the time.
I need somebody help, not just anybody.
I think hopefully one of these will work, because they have that. I was just hoping that they didn't have that like slots in it, so where it would bugger up that hose at all, but I don't know if these will work either, to be honest. But they're both. This might be the same size, but yeah. So looks like the one a little wider. Well, it looks like they're about the same. There's one black and one chrome or whatever, galvanized, nickel plated, whatever the heck they pour all over, dip this stuff in. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the one that's leaking off of it first. Probably would have been a smart move to do that before I even went and got this stuff, but I looked at the actual part from Husky, like in the manual or whatever, and that number 12 there, or whatever, hose clamp kit of 2 or whatever, I looked that up online and it was like $30 for 2 clamps, and I am not even considering ever paying that. Yeah, and I'm assuming this is a pretty common problem. I also don't know if it was because I brought my compressor out this morning and it was still like 29 degrees and there was still air in it from last night that was warm in my head, so I don't know if that probably could have caused some problems when I went and aired my tire up this morning. And then aired my tire up, went back to town, and the compressor kicked on to refill itself from the air that I used to put in the tire, and I assume maybe possibly when the mixture of the cold and the air, the cold air and the warm air that's been sitting probably didn't like each other, maybe got some condensation and some ice, and I don't know. But yeah, so again, that's what we need, is help. Alright, that's the clamp that I'm trying to take off. Like I said, it's one of those like pinched on ones or whatever, but there's typically a spot. I don't know if I'm able to see this very well. Right there. That's not helping. I don't know if you can see this, but right here is a little tab style type thing, so I think if I carefully put a screwdriver there and pry it up, it should kind of unwrap it or unclip it. that worked. Well, that was difficult, but I got it off. So, now let's see if I can. Yeah, I'd prefer to nip that thing. I don't know if I'll be able to get a clean cut, but it'd be nice if I could. Alright, well, hopefully that's straight enough and clean enough of a cut to seal up. Because I only got one shot. Well, I guess not. Might end up having to do it. Hopefully not twice, knock on wood. But, yeah. I don't know what size that one is, but I'll measure one after, if it works. Alright, well, it's on there. I don't know if I might tighten it a little bit more and then I'll fire the compressor up. Oh no, that's loose actually. So, yeah, tighten it super tight, tighter than goat lips, and then I'll try firing it up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Turn the camera back on. Sorry, you probably can't even hear me. I'll turn the camera back on once that thing gets done filling up and put some air into the tool, or like into the line, and then see if anything else is leaking, and then after that I'll probably just let it sit with air in it for the rest of the day here and make sure nothing leaks after, just because it's sitting after a while. But so far it's not leaking, at least based off of my little soapy water there. But yeah, I'll check back in once that thing's done filling up, and I know this is fixed. So, all right, well, sadly by that noise you're hearing, it is still leaking. So I have to try a different clamp, but I think that's my fault, kinda. So Darn. Feel like SpongeBob and Patrick when they got that bag of wind right now. Except I don't have a bag of wind. I also definitely probably didn't need to let that thing build as much pressure as I did to just test it. I probably should have just let it build up to like 40 psi and shut it off, and then probably would have done the same thing, but oh well. One way or the other, we will fix it. That's just another reminder, for myself and hopefully for other people, just to actually drain your tank every time you use your compressor, because you can see just literally not even filling it all the way in my house, which is drier than, very dry usually, like not much humidity in here, and it still pulled that much condensation in there. So it's probably always best or better to drain the thing when you're done. But everyone at least if you're like me, gets lazy and doesn't drain it every time. But all right, put a clamp on and then we'll try this again. I'm pretty sure I think this should work. I think I just put that clamp on wrong and too tight, so. All right, before I take that clamp off it, well, I'm gonna try a different clamp, I think, but before I take it off, I went and took a razor blade and I kind of like just tightened this down by hand and then held it, kind of pinched it where it is there underneath the inlet or the chuck part, whatever. But that was able to give me a pretty straight cut compared to my first one that I did with those little side cutters or dikes or whatever. Hopefully I think that might help my case a little bit also, so as well. But all right, well, yeah, I'm gonna throw a different clamp on here and try that again. All right, well, after some realization, these are, they're gonna come in useful, or they're gonna come in handy at some point in life, undoubtedly, because there's a variety of those pinch style ones for like fuel lines and air lines. You use these things all the time, and it sucks having to run to the store and get one. But with that said, I definitely 100% bought a whole kit, and not one of them in there is the right size. And sure enough, I opened this little tub of random hose clamps that I've been collecting, and literally the first one that I pulled out, it was right here. So it was right there. It's like the exact one that I need, I believe. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it says like 7/32 5/8 there. It's not the perfect style, but I think it'll be fine, and honestly probably better than the one that was on to begin with. But yeah, so I'm gonna throw that on there and then we'll see if it works or not. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I definitely think if I go too tight, it's just gonna shred through there, but it also it's gotta be tight. I am not paying $30 for a hose clamp, Husky. Let's try it. There we go. All right, well, she's plump full. 200 psi. 200 psi, if you can see there on the gauge. Let's take a little more soapy water. See if that thing's leaking. And then try and put some air into the line and do it again. Okay, no bubbles so far, unlike last time. bubbles. A little more. Alright, let's put some pressure in the line and try and see if it works. Alright, there's like 40 psi on the hose there. Spray some soapy water on there quick before I do that. Might have been a lot. Spray a little while I'm doing that in case. Alright, well, no bubbles so far, so just gonna leave it filled up for a while. I don't want to run this compressor too much, but I'm gonna at least put air in one of the tires that's been leaking on this vehicle I've been driving, and then I'm gonna let this air sit in here for a while, like I said, and use it and try and make the compressor kick on at least one more time, and probably even fill it up maybe one more tonight. But for now, it doesn't seem to be leaking, so that's what I was going after. Even as wobbly and not finished as that thing is, it has been so convenient not having to wind up that hose by hand every time. I can't even explain it. And like I said, I'm gonna remake that, and it's gonna be a lot more sturdy. It's probably gonna use, I'm just gonna make it similar to this, just go off the back and then make a bracket. And then I also wanna, if at some point, make like a little spot that would go up here, or you could put all your stuff like this. You put your kind of chucks and stuff like that. But some sort of a little storage thing. But yeah. For now, I'm just worried about having the thing actually hold air. So I'm gonna call that fixed at the moment, because it doesn't seem to be leaking. So. Not cool, Husky. But as long as that 35-cent hose clamp fixes it, then I'm alright with it. Because I haven't had any other problems since, so fingers crossed. And hopefully this helps somebody. Thanks for watching.